completely naked. Welcome to Ranger Reviews, a web series we look at episodes of the TV show Power Rangers and then discuss them. Today we're exploring the 126th episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, as well as the 14th episode of Season 3 titled Final Faceoff. We begin this episode at a location that we've never seen before. Good on you, Power Rangers, for spending money on locations for once. Rocky, Adam, Billy, and Tommy walk in to check out the ancient Kamala exhibit, which is from a made-up country, by the way. They meet up with Aisha while Rocky says that according to the map that they have, the exhibit is right up ahead. Thanks, Rocky. I'm sure we all needed a map for this museum for you to bring and to, help us find that one thing we were all looking for. Aisha has pamphlets for their research reports, and Adam asks where Kimberly is. Turns out she already came during the week because it's apparently a Saturday, and she's doing gymnastics currently because she's getting ready for the Pan-Global Games. Good on you, Kim. Distancing yourself from this group of nerds will only help your social life. Vulcan Skulls show up, and Skull complains that they're at a museum on a Saturday, but Bulk explains to him, and for the audience, that they have to crush this report or else they're off the Junior Police Academy. The Ranger teens come up to a face stealer exhibit with masks and other ornate foreign looking things, and we meet Azina, the cultural liaison for the nation of Kamala. We're not even a minute in and there's so much happening so fast. She asks if anyone knows about the face stealer, and of course Billy does, as well as Adam. Basically, it's a myth monster that would show up in ancient times and steal people's faces. Kind of straightforward. There's also an urn there which allegedly holds the face stealer inside of it, and Azina explains that a brave team of warriors use special masks to protect themselves from the face stealer, sealing him away. Meanwhile, on the moon, Rita is really into this face stealer story, wanting to get her hands on it. Zed makes fun of her for believing the fairy tale, but Rita explains that the fourth full moon of the year is that day, which means that the face stealer will be able to be unleashed. She plans to do it anyways. Rito comes in, and after he gets screamed at by Rita, he is told to go to the museum with Babu and Squat to get the urn. Outside, Rocky is driving his truck with the others, and they find Babu, Squat, and Rito. They confront them, and they call out the Tangas, so they need Ninja Ranger power now! I have to admit, this episode feels like a real episode of television now that we're seeing so many new things. The Rangers unnecessarily pose before they fight the Tangas while Rito, Babu, and Squat go inside. Meanwhile, Rocky is warping around. Anyways, Babu and Squad are inside, moving things and dropping things. Aisha and Billy tag team a few Tangas, and seriously, credit should be given to the stunt team on this show. They work hard for their paychecks. Then inside, the monsters get the urn, but they hear someone coming, so they pose as statues while kids come. And they each hold up signs, and Squat holds up an out of order sign instead of a descriptor one, and I have to admit, I love this little bit. The kids of course insult the monsters by saying how ugly they are before they leave, and then the monsters teleport away. Couldn't they have just teleported before? The Rangers win against the Tangas, and the teens rip off their ninja clothes, running inside. They find Azina, who is upset that the face stealer was stolen. Tommy says they'll start looking for clues, and they run away. Why isn't she just calling the police? On the moon, Rito arrives with the urn, giving it to Rita. She zaps it what's good, and ta-da, nightmare fuel. Zed meets the face stealer, and he makes fun of him for saying that 5,000 years is a deep sleep. He's also thrown off that the face stealer is real. At the command center, all 6 Ranger teens talk to Zordon about whether the face stealer is real or not, and Zordon claims it's never been proven to be true or not. I mean, wasn't Zordon around back then? Then the sirens go off and the face stealer is out there, and the teens are bummed that the monster is real. Adam asks if he really has the power from the story, and Zordon says, I guess we should just assume so, and he advises that they need Titanus to defeat this monster to form the Ninja Ultra Zord. Okay, Zordon. It's morphin' time! All 6 fly into the scene, ready to fight, when suddenly Bulk and Skull come running up, attempting to handle the situation, but they get zapped right away by the face stealer, who spreads pizza dough on their faces. Whatever, it's time for an actual fight. Man, Season 3, you're such a blessing. Adam almost gets hit by the beam, but then he really does get hit, and then Aisha gets hit too, and honestly, whoever's in the suits is doing a fantastic job. The Rangers regroup and retreat away. At the command center, we see that Adam and Aisha are missing their faces too, but the alarms go off to see that the face stealer is running off toward the city. Billy says that he has an idea, and they have to get to the museum. There, Billy tells everyone that they have to find Azina in order to get the mask that she told them about, and they explain the situation, and then she's just like super chill about everything. Like, she never doubted the monster was in an urn at all, or that it's weird that the Power Rangers are right in front of her. Whatever, they grab the masks, teleporting away. They show up in front of him using the mask as protection against Face Stealer, who keeps firing even though it's doing nothing. Then his beam bounces off of Tommy's mask, hitting Face Stealer, making him vomit out the faces that he's stolen. I feel like I should have stole his face. Adam and Aisha's faces come back to them in the command center, and Zed and Rita decide to say screw it, making Face Stealer grow giant. Adam and Aisha back to action just as all 6 call out their Ninja Zords, forming the Ninja Falcon Megazord. They then just kick him right in the frickin' face before they just fly around and punch him some more. Aisha calls for them to use the Ninja Ultra Zord while Zed gets mad and tosses Face Stealer's urn out, making it land on the moon. Titanus comes rolling in from season 1 stock footage when the toy of the Ninja Falcon Megazord just combines with the toy of Titanus. This looks absolutely terrible. Like, wow. This is the cheapest thing this show has ever done, and that's saying a lot. They kill Face Stealer, who gets sealed back away into his urn, and the Rangers run down, shoving the lid on right away. Meanwhile, Zed and Rita scream at each other, having a lover's spat. At the museum, the Rangers are walking up with the urn while Vulcan Skull watch. They have an idea. They're going to run up and get the urn from the Power Rangers as well as the masks, returning them to the museum. The Rangers leave and Vulcan Skull come in with the items, and they're immediately yelled at and taken into custody because the items have been reported stolen. Was Azina going to get the Power Rangers arrested or something? The hell. At the youth center, the 6 teens are hanging out when Azina comes up, letting them know that there's now more guards to watch around the Face Stealer. Bitch, get it out of the museum. It's not worth the risk to look at a gold vase. They all fake laugh. The end. Over the credits, we get a differently shot and extended version of Vulcan Skull learning about the Face Stealer. The only downfall of this episode is that absolutely terrible Titanus Ultra Zord thing. I mean, I've never seen something look so terrible on a professional television show, but, well, here we are. But honestly, other than that, this episode's kind of amazing despite it barely having Kimberly in it at all. It's clear that they're revving up to do, hopefully, anything with her, but we'll get there when we do. Overall, this episode looks like the highest of art compared to most of season 2, and hey, I'm fine with that. Will this season continue to be just as good? Find out next time, but until then, may the power protect you.